Okay, so after the Zone 1 herbal garden, oh, there's a good comfrey leaf to pull. Just chop and drop that. You turn to the other side of the driveway, which is another guild. This is the Peach Guild. And you can see in other videos I built a berm which has harnessed a ton of water, and along the top of the berm I planted comfrey. And on the high side of the berm I planted tons of clover, as well as the low side. And you can see, let me push this garbage can aside, I'll just get over there. You can see there's another drain pipe coming off the roof. This is just a key factor, I think, in harnessing water, especially in semi-arid climates, arid climates, or any climate. And it just comes right down here to about I'd say an 8-inch swale, small ditch, and it just sinks all that water down in. So I'm going to post a picture of what this yard looked like before and what it looks like now. But it's just taken off. This is the Sea Buckthorn. There's another one over there. More comfrey being planted underneath these almond trees. This is an almond tree. Underneath here, we're getting our first peaches on this little guy. You can see I've eaten most of them. We've got about 10 on this tree this year, so I think, oh, there we go. There's kind of cool variety of peach. They form underneath the leaves so the birds don't get to them. And yeah, this has just been a total awesome strategy to build fertility in your yard, this clover. I totally recommend it, as well as putting swales. I've had to water half as much. And then the beauty of the clover, of course, is you just come in and it just loves to be chopped. So I can take this over to a tree that needs maybe a little more fertilization. There's my gummy berry. She struggled a bit, but she's starting to take to this spot. You can see these peach trees, just thick with peaches. And on this peach tree over here, you can see underneath, I didn't plant this, but potatoes. They somehow snuck in there and they're just growing up underneath this thick mat of, you can see cardboard, thick mat of just all sorts of stuff down under here. Let's see if I can pull up any bugs to show you. Just nice chocolatey soil, and we started with probably two truck beds full of compost, and just filled in this whole front area, and it just took. Okay, that's the Zone 2, and I'm starting to plant a lot more herbs underneath these trees, and eventually this just all thicken up in here. Back here is what a really exciting thing of the day. This is all-in-one almond. This is an almond tree here as well as here, but right here you can see they're starting to crack open. I'm going to show you inside. You can see here. I'm going to bite it with my mouth. 1 second. And you can see that white pulp in there. Isn't that glorious? And that is a milky white almond. I'm going to eat it. Fantastic. I'm really excited about this. You can see they're just all coming on right now, starting to open up. This was probably the most delightful smell, flower-wise, blossom-wise, of anything in the yard. Okay, well that's the almond tree. I'm pumped about it. I'm going to come out and harvest all these today. See, they're opening up. Hopefully by next year we'll be harvesting pounds and pounds and pounds. Raspberries. I'll take you in the back now. Here we go. More raspberries. I'm going to plant those. Okay, so this side of the wall has struggled a bit. This is blackberries. I admit to not understanding blackberries too much, except leave them alone. So that's what I'm doing now, and they're taking off. I tried to baby them a bit. I don't think they liked that. So as you walk around this way, tons of grapes coming on. I've got to build an arbor for this guy because he's taken off up into this tree. I'm going to set these almonds down here for now. Okay, under here, I've started to change the yard over from greens like lettuces and things like that that you have to totally care for to more like perennial greens. So I've got parsley here. I've got perennial kale on order. This kale's awesome, Toscano lacinato kale. Can't go wrong there. Can't go wrong with the chards. So I'm going to stick with those. And then I'm starting to shift the yard over to more sacred herbs. Like down here. Oh, this is a strawberry bed. Mixed bed here. And then down here, chives, echinacea. And this is more what I want to see in the garden, is the sacred herbs. Like, come back down to the one I started to show you. It's starting to blossom. This is German chamomile. And I just want to get a bunch of beds of these more sacred type of herbs going. It just makes sense to me. I'm going to show you my favorite one down in the lower beds in just a second, but here's a good view of the gardens this morning. See the fig down here. That's the black mission fig over there. She just took off this summer. And this is the cadota. She's really thick. And to be honest, I don't remember what that one is. Oh, there you can see that pear, Asian pear, and desert bird of paradise there. Okay, let's go on back this way. Under here's a pepper garden. Banana peppers, I think we planted here. And then underneath, we've got the basils, Thai basil, spicy globe basil, a bunch of the loveliness. This is probably my favorite herb of the summer. I just love it. Okay, now these beds, guys, this is fun. Right there. I could not decide what to plant annual-wise for vegetables. And I'm glad I didn't, because now I've decided to, well, we got a few chards that snuck in here, but this is the goji berry. And I'm going to plant a goji berry in this bed, dead center, and a goji berry right there, dead center. I've just decided that that's the kind of food crops I want to be growing, are the superfood, you know, foods that have multiple moves on the chessboard, as David Wolf would say. It just makes sense to me. Here's a Asian pear. Bunch more comfrey getting ready to be planted. A little aloe there. Okay, now as we sneak over to this bed, I've got this shade cloth in place and parsley just planted all around the sides. But right there, you can see is another goji plant. So this is another goji bed. They get to about 8 feet by 8 feet. So I just want them to have all the space they can get. Right below this bed is carrots. And when I say carrots, I mean there's massive, massive carrots in here, and they're just good eating right now. It's just a great thing to come graze on during the day. So I'll come graze on that in a minute. And let's see, let's just take one with me and eat it. Another goji bed this is becoming. Right now we've got celery and a few chards and onions going on in here. Down here, this is the another goji bed. You can see the gojis right there coming on. See, this shade cloth here is covering a suffering kiwi plant, but I'm hoping with a little bit of green there she's coming back. But down the way against the wall you can see her sister. This is the male that I just looked at. This is the female. And she's doing alright. I think she's going to come back. Planted these guys right as summer hit, so fried them. Okay. So here we are. We're down to the dome. And see the kiwi guild, or the fig guild has begun. I'll just take her around this way. Mixed herbs. Bunch of my favorites. This is my grandma's mint. Cat mint. Lemon. What is that called?